Boom. We are live on another amazing day of being a Dodger fan. The Dodgers have signed Teoscar Hernandez to a 1 year, 23.5 or 23 million point, a lot of money. Some of it deferred contract, a 1 year contract. What the heck? Andrew Friedman is truly cooking. It's just amazing. I can't believe what he's been able to do. This is Tim Rogers. You all know what it rhymes with Dodgers 2080. We're live. Let's have a good time. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. And thank you, Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes, for the content this offseason. This is truly an offseason to remember. Picture still up? Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, Sal. I got you, man. Thanks for keeping your eye on your boy. I appreciate you. So Teoscar's really good in the clubhouse. That's a great question. There was someone sent me a little video of him doing his thing. He was mic'd up. He seems like a really good guy. He's he's just been really good for quite a while. Very underrated, being, playing up in Canada, and yeah, man, it's insane. Oh, is Clint already out there? Right on, man. King Yellow Man, you get blocked, bro. Yeah, I was just on the phone with Clint. Yeah, that's we're talking all techie nerd stuff. I got a lot to learn, but I appreciate Clint being in the chat. We had Doug yesterday, and so it's great. We're building each other up. I was on Casey's show on Friday, and today, I know there's been a lot of live tonight. I mean, Casey was on before the Hernandez signing, then Clint and Doug got on, and now it's me. So thank you for hanging out with all of us. I know some of you have hit every show. So let's talk a bit more about our guy, Teoscar Hernandez. Let's see. I'm just checking. Let's check the notifications. Make sure there's no passing bomb while we're going on here. Let's see. Okay, all sorts of good stuff there. Where was? Let me just go back to here. We'll get this going here. Yeah, Jeff Passan. I had literally a minute before I had seen Hector Gomez with his tweet, and dude had it yesterday, right? He was talking about it could be a 3-year and all that type of stuff, but he had it, and so I was saying, hey, and he tweeted something else, citing another source. And a minute later, Passan comes on, and with his breaking, and outfielder Teoscar Hernandez and the Dodgers are in agreement 1 year, $23.5 million. Yeah, it's 23.5. And then we find out the deferrals and all that type of stuff. So the Dodgers are, doing a little accounting magic. Same time, and it's been stated already. Now Hernandez makes a lot of money this year. He would have probably gotten, I don't know, 15 to 18 million on a 4-year. But he takes this one, makes a lot more for 1 year, bets on himself, and then we'll hit free agency next year. And for the Dodgers, it still kind of works out where it's like, oh, guess who might take over in that spot? We got Andy Paez. Or Paez. I keep saying Paez like it's a Y. I think it's a Paez. So anyone could correct me. I would appreciate it. I should know better because I've asked. It's the same question I ask over and over sometimes. Let's see. So let's see what's going on in the chat before we kind of glance a little bit more. Let's see. Yes. Yep. Yeah. And I think the question is, what is next? Everyone put in the chat what you think might be next. I put it this way. This morning, Andrew Friedman was on the line with Jim Bowden and Jim Duquette talking about, basically describing Teoscar Hernandez, saying, we need a power-hitting right-handed hitter that mashes lefties and hangs in there against righties. And like everyone's like, well, that's Teoscar Hernandez. So, and what does he do? 8 hours later, passing bomb, right? Now, if he's on another show, like in the next couple of days, and he goes, what we really need is kind of a late inning left-handed stopper. Well, guess what? Josh Hader's coming is probably what's it. Or if he goes, we could really use some left-handed youth in our starting rotation. Well, then get ready for a Jesus Luzardo trade. That's just kind of the way I'm seeing this. For the first time in a long time, we're seeing the Dodgers really be the bullies on the block. When the ownership changed and Friedman was hired, the Dodgers did a lot with their money. They bought out a lot of contracts, paid a lot of extra money, like for Matthew Ryan Kemp to go to the Padres to get Grandal. That was really a good trade. I know, and I'm a huge Matt Kemp fan, but Grandal, he was a pretty that was a really good pickup. I know a lot of people go, oh, he missed the ball. He was still one of the top catchers in baseball, switch hitting catcher, had a lot of pop, had some really nice seasons with us. But it was time to move on for him too. But that was a great deal. And so they used their money with internationals and things like that to go and build things up and set things up for the future, in which now they're reaping the benefits of that. And they're going, hey, we just spent $1 billion on 2 guys from Japan, and we've gotten smoked the last 2 years, and the fans are probably a little ticked off. Now's the time. And Friedman's goes, we're going to go do it. And they're doing it still a lot smarter. And I love to pick on them. So let's pick on them. Our Padres, your Padres, everyone's Padres, who just made some stupid financial decisions last year. Bogarts. So people can go, oh, the Dodgers spent so much on blah, blah, blah. But there's a plan in place. There's a short-term and a long-term plan in place. And anything with Shohei, yes, it absolutely has to do with the money and how good he is. But they're going to actually make money by signing Shohei Ohtani. They're gonna double that money. Easy. Same with Yamamoto. Those are bigger than just on the field things. It's just paint Japan Dodger blue. Get the hats out. They're already showing up out there. So that is in him. Maybe room for Sasaki. I mean, yeah, Young-hee. Who knows? But this team is going, not only they're going, hey, we're trying to put a great baseball product on the field, which every year they do. Not everything's perfect, and we've been disappointed. But year after year, this team is ready to play baseball. And they're ready to contend. They were one game away from 11 division championships in a row? Come on. That's amazing. That's amazing. Think about that. We got teams like the Padres haven't won division in forever. But, the Padres made that Bogarts deal, and then they explicitly did their extensions with Cronenworth and Darvish and did some other unwise things, the Matt Carpenter signing and things like that. Just unwise. Without a good plan in place. A good plan in place does not include giving $15 million a year to a pitcher who's going to be 42 when the contract ends. A good plan isn't giving well over $10 million a year to a league average utility guy who is going to be 38 when that contract ends. When you have other needs and when you can't pay Juan Soto and you couldn't play in the free agency this year. There was no plan in place. You have to be smart with your money. Padres have less money than the Dodgers. We know that. But even the Dodgers, every penny, they're smart about it. They're not just randomly going, oh, wow, that guy would, people have heard of him, let's sign him, which was what it seemed like they were doing. They thought they were so close, and maybe they were. But they got misdirected, and AJ Preller, GM for life for the Padres, por favor. All right, let's get to some of these things. Yes, we always need pitcher. You can always never have enough pitching, right, Mr. John Rod? Mikey, sup? Mr. Classic Bieber, the least, Burns the most. Yeah, Burns is elite. Good evening, yes. Young Yi, so Ohtani, Glasnow, Margot, Yamamoto, and now Teo. Not a bad off season so far. And that's the thing, so far, they're not done. They are not done. Yeah, I think this is, I mentioned it too, but because I saw this, Mikey, I love that Teo is only for 1 year, leaving room for Andy Paez. Come on, Tim. Yeah. Will they keep or trade Margot? Great question. I can see Friedman cooking up a big trade right now. So I'm guilty of it. Given not giving Margot really that much credit. He is a pretty decent ball player. I actually thought I was kind of disappointed when the Rays offered him said he was still under contract. I thought maybe the Dodgers could get him. Then I saw the contract, and it took a lot of shine off him for me. But he's a fast player. He's a really good defensive player. He's a league average or sometimes better hitter. I think he'll let's, I don't have, I'm not slick like Clint where I could slide by lineup in. I didn't really do that. I should have done that. But let's talk about against left-handed pitching. All right. So Mookie Betts first, Freddie second, Shohei third. Let's start with that. And then Teoscar fourth, Will fifth, or those flip. Muncy sixth, Margot seventh, Outman 8, Lux 9. It's not bad. That's not bad. And you've got and nothing. Hey, and Hayward actually is still pretty got decent speed, but Margot is really fast. And so, or maybe they flip Outman or Margot. I don't know. I think Gavin Lux batting ninth this year. It'll last for a while, but I think he's going to have too good of a year. I'm just saying. I think he's going to have a nice year. I'm really happy to have Gavin back. I just hope his knee's healthy. Yep. Let's see. Lakers squeeze one out. Kind of what I was doing when I got the news. Passing. Just saying. Yeah, we'll see about Margot. I'm not sure. They do need to clear up a roster spot, but it's not urgent. We've talked about this a little bit before, but what was announced today was not official. When the Dodgers are ready to make it official, then they'll have to make a move. We saw that when they had to trade my guy Yorbit Vivas, and then when they made the Brian Hudson DFA move and ended up getting an equivalent of a fourth-round pick for him, which is a good deal. And I hope Brian Hudson. I think he's going to be pretty good with Milwaukee. I would have kind of liked to have held on to him. I thought he has more upside than some of our current lefties. But in some, there's the point where you just go, I think I'm going to give the Dodgers management benefit of the doubt on their player evaluation. So I'll go with that. Let's see. Exactly, Young Yi. Now Chris Taylor can go back to his original role as super utility man. Spot on. I'm just not saying anything. I'm not throwing any shade, but the idea of them dumping Chris Taylor is not happening. He's so valuable because, like Casey Porter says, the Dodgers, one of their just the main values things they value is roster spots. And with Chris Taylor, you're covering a multitude of issues on the bench. So the bench now is Taylor, Margot, Rojas, and Barnes. If for some reason the Dodgers can somehow sign Kike Hernandez, they could trade Miggy Rojas, and I'm in on that. I think Kike would be, because they need more bats on the bench, and at least Kike would have the most pop of those guys, with Taylor followed by Margot, then Barnes, who doesn't really have any pop. He's not there for that. I agree, Mikey. Margot might grow on us. Taylor on the bench, I think it really works well. Hey, Sal, good evening. King Yellowman is in the house. Let's go. Oh, wow. Now sign a starting pitcher. I don't know. The more I think about it, I don't feel as urgent about it. If they sign one, great. Or if they make a trade for one, great. But I think they're definitely ready to make a move for one when they really feel they need one. And I'm still not, even though I'm totally bought in on a 6-man rotation. I've been bought in since 2019. I remember Daniel Preciado wrote an article for Dodgers Nation back then. I can swear I wrote it, but I went and looked it up. No, Daniel did. But we were both in on 6-man rotation and been on that forever. So if they decide to go to the 6-man rotation, I could see another move happening. Let's see. Teo baby. Yep. 'Tis a season of giving, and the Dodgers have not disappointed. Boy, you're not kidding. Yep. Oh, Clint saying, and I agree, mash that thumbs up for Dodgers 2080 and for Teoscar Hernandez in LA. Yeah, Matthew, 1 year shocked. I what can you say? That was really good. Yep, lefty masher. Yep. Let's see. Also, I'm catching up a little bit here. Thank you, Mike M. Appreciate that. Always remember, no matter how Dodgers form, Jesus still Lord. I'm on that page. You know that. As the Brits say, I'm a Crizzo. I think they use it as a derogatory term, but I embrace it. I like it. It's kind of cool. Caught every shit. Thanks, Bob. Man, catch all of us tonight. That's very cool. There are incentives. Yeah. So let's hope he gets the $3 million incentive, right, Mr. Classic? Which means he's MVP. Let's see. Good evening. Yep. Let's see. All right. Oh, this is a great question, Zella Zoom, because as we all know, Ohtani worked this contract so that the teams can improve themselves. And the question that Zella's asking is, do you think Ohtani is amazed by what the Dodgers are doing around him? Yeah, he's probably in on it, old GM Ohtani. Yeah, I mean, I think that he was definitely in on it because of the way he did his contract. Right there. You know, they got Glasnow after that. Then they got Yamamoto. Now they got Teoscar. Are you kidding me? How about that? Yeah, this forces Teo to hit and be an MVP for incentives. Heck yeah. The one thing is, he is not afraid to take a daddy hack. Someone was saying he is not a three true outcomes guy. He's a 2 true outcomes guy. John, I don't know if he's better than Randy, but he's ours. We didn't have to give up 4 top 10 prospects or whatever it was going to take to get Randy, or whatever it was. Let's just call it 2 top 10s and then 2 10 through 20s. Let's see. Took 1 year rather than multi-year contracts. Yeah, the Red Sox, I guess, offered 228. Yeah, he chose the Dodgers. It's a good move. Yeah, Luzardo's still that guy. I still haven't watched Doug's show on Luzardo. I don't want to get too excited, to be honest with you. 'Cause, yeah. Yeah, so King Yellowman's right. Not better than Randy, but we're not getting Randy. I'm sure the Dodgers checked in on Randy Arozarena multiple times. multiple times. But yeah, he's not coming. King Yellow Man, hot take right there. You're right. Teo's more cost effective than Randy. Is there no prospect loss? Exactly. Yep. Trading Bush and Vargas for starting pitching. We'll see. We're going to find out a lot about that, right? If or what they're going to do with those guys. Remember, so right now, there's probably the roster is, quote, set for the position players. Injuries happen. They happen. Last year it was terrible with Gavin Lux. The year before, they traded AJ Pollock right near the end of the spring training. Let's see. Oh, can't have Muncy and Teoscar. Teoscar batting back to back. That'll be interesting. Yeah, that's not a bad thought. That's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, some of the prospects got to go. It's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, Friedman was giving up the clues on podcasts. Let's get. See, Hepatitis C later says, let's get rid of Bush, Knack, Cartier, ASAP. Let them spread their wings elsewhere. By the way, congratulations to Landon Knack. He just got engaged. Met him at spring training. Really nice guy. Sal, what do you think? Imanaga, I'm saying Imanaga is not going to be a Dodger. Do you agree, Sal? Evil Empire has begun. Yeah, it's kind of fun to be on this side, isn't it? Okay, this is a great question. I can't read your name. Sorry. Do you think we still sign Hader because Teoscar's deal is for only 1 year? I think it's on the table. As you can tell, this is a type of contract that Dodgers love. If they can get Hader, I'm going to say it, like for 3 years, $75 million. They'd rather do that than 5 years, $100 million, or something like that. But they'd say, "Hey, we want some deferments out of that." That's how they work. Big trade for Cesar, Class A, or Burns. Yeah, so let's remember, these are really good names. I want all of them. It doesn't have to happen now. So just as long as they're not traded, we're good to go. Okay, good question here. Let me ask Dodger fans, how about Clevenger on the cheap? 1-year contract with incentives. Okay, so back before all the crap happened with that bug 19, I wrote an article for Dodgers Nation about Clevenger. Getting Clevenger, I really was all in. And so I wrote that thing. It got the most views I ever got at Dodgers Nation. And then a few weeks later, the pandemic happened. And then there was this thing where Clevenger and with the Police Act kid did some knucklehead stuff, going out, breaking the curfew, breaking the rule, breaking the mask, all those things. Which I think, to me, they were silly, but they were the rules, and you couldn't break them without penalizing your team. And we also didn't know near as much as we do now. We didn't know how this thing was totally spreading, or at least most of us didn't. I'm sure there's a few people that understood it, but we didn't know how it was spreading. And they did some stupid things. And then they, and I was like, gosh, he's kind of an idiot, kind of looking bad on that article. Then he gets traded to the Padres, and then his arm falls off. So my best article and my worst article on Clevenger. And he also has some stuff. He is, I don't think he fits the Dodger thing, the way the Dodgers want to do things. If you look up Mike Clevenger and daughters and ex-wife and stuff like that, I don't know if he fits. I'm going to let you guys Google it. That's all I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to run on too much and piss people off tonight with that stuff. Let's see, Mr. Classic. You don't think Hader's likely? It's possible. I mean, yeah. The good thing is we don't know. John Hendricks, we're getting Sasaki. The question is, when do we get him, or when do we have a chance at it? Nando 390. Dodgers or Thanos, and Thanos was right. As long as you're in the right half, right? Let's see. Trade Bush, Vargas, Vesey, and Gavin Stone or Michael Grove for anyone that can help now. Some of those guys do, for their own sake, do need to be traded. Sorry, not your Padres. I know. So Ted Leitner was an announcer here, or he's still an announcer. He works for the Aztecs. He also did the news for the CBS affiliate down here in San Diego. And whenever the Padres would win, he would say, "My Padres did this and did that." And then if the Padres lost, he'd say, "Your Padres." So I just throw that out. Ted Leitner, he's a legend down here. I actually got a chance to meet him right after a few months after he had had a really bad cancer scare. And he just had that. He was really grateful to be alive. And it was really cool to talk to him at that point. He was just a really nice guy, and but yeah. So for Ted Leitner, who would he'd say, "Here's the hockey highlights," and he'd just show him fighting. It's funny. Yeah, hepatitis C later says, yeah, Mike Clevenger is another weirdo like Bauer. Yeah, yes, I agree with that. Japanese Babe Ruth going to make him. Let's see. Who will drop next? Cease, Luzardo, Clase, or Hader? Well, I think the only one that's a definite is going to be Hader. The other guys may not be traded yet. Oh, man. Paul. Yeah, Tim, I bet Darvish and Machado. Wish they were still in the Dodgers. Yeah. I'm going to give Manny Machado some credit. First of all, Machado, pay your stuff to our guy Moshi. You owe him something. You should at least give him a batting helmet and a bat and a donation to charity in his name. You made the bet with him and about your whole salary, and then we get it. But at least be a good sport. But Machado, he had other offers going after 2018. The Dodgers weren't that in on him at all. But, the White Sox were in on him, the Yankees were in on him, and I'm sure there's another team. But, San Diego Padres come in. It didn't matter how bad they were. But they came in with a higher offer, 30 years, or 3 years, 10 years, $300 million to live in San Diego. You take that offer. And but I think Machado's kind of a weirdo. He would not fit in. He just is what he is. He thinks he's a leader. God bless him for trying, but he's not. A little secret, he's not. Yeah, vibes are good and no controversy to the Dodgers. Yeah, don't need a weirdo like Clevenger stinking it up. Yeah, this has dynasty potential. Let's hope so. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I will say it. The Dodgers have easily won the offseason, which you don't get a trophy for that. Sorry, this isn't like the midseason thing for the Lakers. You don't get a banner for midseason. You shouldn't get one for the midseason, and you definitely don't get a trophy or a banner for winning the offseason. Now, I think the pressure is really on number 30, Dave Roberts. It's time for him to shine. He's got a lot of stars on this team. You can't treat them all like stars or no one's going to... I think he needs to find a way to create hunger for these guys. I'm not worried about the James Outmans. They're hungry. I'm worried about the guys making, 9 figures. Those are the guys I'm concerned about. Or, 8 to 9 figures. Those are the guys I get concerned about. They can't be content. They have legacies. They all have legacies. What are they going to be known for? Oh, you were on one of the best teams of all time, possibly, with, a bunch of Hall of Famers. and you didn't win anything. So that's where I'm looking. Let's see. So got to fill out that 6-man. If they go to 6-man, I'm still waiting for them to say it. Dodgers with Kershaw and Woodruff in February for a 60-day DL. That sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, Clint talked about that today, about Kershaw specifically. He thinks that, speculating, of course, that there's probably a gentleman's agreement, and I think he's right. Let's see. Here's another contract brought in by all the talent on the team. I think that's true. I think that's one of those things like, hey, you have a chance at legendary status. Why not hook on with the Dodgers? Dodgers going to get another pitcher. Yeah, I think that it's going to happen sometime. Maybe not yet, but later. Let's see. How about signing Woodruff? Yeah, the Mets. If Woodruff wants to continue to rehab and develop as a better pitcher, he will go with the Dodgers. Now, Stearns is over with the Mets now. He's GM with the Brewers, so you got to be in on that, right? But he does not have everything in place, and he won't. It's going to take a few years to develop the talent train like the Dodgers have, the development train, having all those really good coaches. I hope you all understand. You understand that just because Stearns is there doesn't mean all of a sudden they're a good organization. It's going to take a bit. They got a lot to undo. So Woodruff, if he wants to make his next contract be big, you go with the Dodgers. If you want to sign for an extra $1 million, you go with the Mets. That's my guess. Bieber and Clase and call it off season, and Randy Rosarena at the trade deadline. Hopefully they don't need a Rosarena. That's what I'm hoping for. Everything works out as is. And really, I'm hoping Andy Paez starts knocking on the door and knocks it down and gets a lot of playing time in right field. Dodgers signing Murakami and Sasaki in 2025. Sal's just gone full evil empire. I love it. Teoscar has more home runs in the playoffs than Mookie the past 2 playoffs. Yeah, it's true, huh? Mookie needs Clint. Again, Clint was talking about this. I'm stealing from Clint all day tonight. He needs some days off, and so does Freddie. This bull crap about playing every game. Big BFD, man. Let's see. Murakami will go to Yankees. You think so, huh? Let's see. Okay, Stone, Bush, Cartaya hurt for Luzardo and Jazz Chisholm. It's going to take more than that. Way more than that. Just those guys alone, Stone, Bush, Cartaya hurt will not get you Luzardo. Either big trade or Gus Varland's cut. That's something like that. That makes a lot of sense. Murakami to the Yankees. I hope not. Glad Guggenheim brought the Dodgers and not Steve Cohen. Yeah. Guggenheim understands money more. Yeah, so that's the thing. Guggenheim, isn't it? It's a big investment group. These are a lot of really smart people. Mikey, I'm right here, man. Let's see. Yeah, they're an investment group. So these people want money, and hopefully there's enough of them also that want to win, like the Magic Johnsons, the Billie Jean Kings, people like that. Real elite Hall of Fame. Sometimes even top 10 in their sport of all time competitors. That they're probably, I hope they're knocking on the door and going, we want to win. We're winners. Billie Jean King won like over 20 Grand Slams, including doubles. Magic Johnson, 5 rings? These people want to win. Yep. Dodgers understand, keep the farm thick, very thick. That's with 2 C's. Yeah, he's got pop in his bat, but the K is too much. So I'm gonna make an excuse for Tio. He was playing in Seattle, and there was a struggle bus there. he was. I'm going to go to my bookmarks for a second. Give me a minute here. I talked about it last night, but his numbers between home and away were. Let's see if I have it. Maybe I don't have it. There's some things about his home and aways, and they're staggering. Seattle is death for right-handed pull hitters. And so I'm going to give him a break on the Ks. He had 211. That's a lot. And I pointed that out in the stats last night. So I'm hoping that changes. I have a feeling that those are going to come down a bit. But it's just good to have someone with some aggression. I mean, it seemed like, especially in the playoffs, too many hitters got passive. You will not get that from Mr. Teoscar Hernandez. Do you think we will sign Hader because Teoscar's deal is owner one? Yeah, I think there's a real good shot at Hader if they want him. They have to really want him. They got to make sure he fits. There were some questionable things he did with San Diego last year. Chris Taylor should platoon with Lux versus lefties. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to platoon a young guy yet. Not yet. If he proves he can't hit lefties, fine. Makes sense. Outman top 30 in WAR. Number 8 is filthy. It is. Hope looks as good as they can. So they can sign a second baseman. I like Mookie at second, but would you much rather have him in his glove and right? He wants to play at second. There's a reason other than he is a good second baseman, but he prefers to play second. He thinks it is actually better on his body. So I think the Dodgers are going to defer to him on that. And that's what you get when you're Mookie Betts. Who I think get rid of on 30 man, 40 man, I don't know. Something's happening, right? They'll either make a little trade or they'll have to DFA. Let's see. Yeah, got to keep the Swiss Army knife. And sign another one. I want both Kike and Taylor. They work better when there's two of them. Let's see. Tim, it's funny the Rams win and got Yamamoto. The Rams beat the Niners today and win in Sign Teoscar. Rams are a good luck charm. Yeah, I barely even follow football. I did see that. Dodgers need 6-man. I know, Mr. Classic. I'm with you. Ohtani and Yamamoto are there tonight? Oh, that's cool. If you're new to live, support the channel by subscribing and hitting the like button. Thank you. Theo approves worth and sign a bigger contract next year with the Dodgers. Hey, maybe Theo. I said Theo. With Theo signing Blocks, Bush, Vargas. I know. I think, well, I talked about it last night. It's winning time. It's winning time. It's not development time. So that's just what it is. Those guys will have a chance to prove themselves, and if they prove that they can play, they will find a spot for them. There is room. Jason Hayward, there's room. Right field is a place that they can maneuver around to make something happen. Yeah, Ohtani wishes he would have left the Angels years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some recruitment. Doomsal talks about T.O. He's an average outfielder, right? But he's been playing right. He can play an average right field. But I think maybe he'll be a little better in left. I don't know. But he seems like he's got a decent arm. Fast and can hit bombs. Yep. And does strike out a ton. Yeah. We need to ask Ohtani who the Dodgers will sign next. Yeah, I don't think it's like that, but I think it's something. He keeps going. Hey, how about more? These guys want. I think Ohtani really wants to win. Yeah, hard to believe big trade coming. Yeah, maybe. Rays still want to compete. They may ask Tampa for Randy next year. Yeah, never know. Internet might shut down if the Dodgers sign Hader for 1 year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, then trade all those guys for Luzardo. It's going to take more though, I think, dude. going to take more than that to get Luzardo. It's going to be different names. Last year, that would have gotten the job done. But this year, Cartaria and Vargas took too much of a hit. Kurt, Teoscar strikes out a lot. 211 and 678 at-bats, I know. You heading back to Japan in 4 days? Oh, in Managa. I thought you were. Like, yes. Yeah, got Thursday, 2 p.m. I don't know if it's PST or EST, but yeah. Okay, you think the big trade will be Bieber in Class A. Let's see. Let's take a quick... Let me look at my notes to see how much more we got. I'm not going to go too much longer. I think we kind of, my notes said, hey, we're going to obviously talk about Teoscar. What is that 1-year contract? I mean, we covered that. Andy Paez, we've talked about him. Paez, and what's next? So trades. Yep, Shota will not sign with the Dodgers. Said that a few weeks ago. Okay, yeah, I think I'm seeing that now too. Folks, for all the Japanese content, you got to go Dodger Daily and look up Mike Salas, because that's Sal's name. He's good. he's got his really finger on that. He's got his finger on the pulse there. Okay, Mike, you're saying Hader will not sign with the Yankees. I don't think he would like to cut his hair and shave the beard. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, Shota was probably the worst case scenario if they whiffed on Yamamoto. They probably like him, not love him. Right. Number 3, number 4 starter versus a 1 or 2. And Doug had a nice comparison to them. He had a good, he talked, that's why I first started hearing about Imanaga, through Douglas. What I think Roberts will do: Betts, Freeman, Ohtani, Smith, Muncy, Hernandez, Outman, Hayward, Margot, Lux. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, sounds about right, Brian. Yeah. Dodgers, let's see. Oh, yeah. Bob, I wish. Could we get Bochy? I know. Bochy is the guy you want. Yeah. It's like, do you want Ayrton Senna driving your car, your Formula One car, or do you want me driving it? Bochy is Senna. He's the best. Yeah, Arenado could have opted out of his contract. That dude's scared. He's scared to prove himself. He would have been a Dodger a long time ago if he would have had the guts. I'm just saying. Hey, you know what? Protect your money. I'm good with that too. Paez will replace Margot in August, maybe. Yeah, Teo's down year was still 26 home runs. Yeah, in a place that was not good. Back to orthodoxy. If you were a betting man, would you say the Dodgers would get Clase or Hader? I think it would be Hader. And the reason I say that, I don't see the Dodgers I think the Dodgers would rather give money for a reliever than to give a lot of prospect capital for a reliever. I think the prospect capital is being saved for a starter or 2 if they need it at the deadline. If things go really south, the Dodgers have a lot of depth, but if things go bad, they might need to do that. Let's see. Betts' natural position is second base. Let's see. Trey's coming. Yeah. What exactly makes him underrated when the Mariners of all teams weren't that high on his potential? They just didn't want to pay him. Straight up. They wanted. They were switching a philosophy. They're going away from power, swing and miss to more of contact type driven things. That's why they got rid of the Kelnick too. Yeah, a lot of free agents want to come to LA. Not interested in Shota. Yeah, I think Shota's not happening. That's fine. Shota going to get more homers than Lynn this year. That'll be a tough one. All right, what time we got? All right, it's been 9:49. I know it's been a little short, but I have big day work tomorrow. I'm not sure my schedule yet. Well, hopefully it's not a big day. Hopefully things go really well, and I'm nice and refreshed, and and I'm not all wigged out from a rough day at work. So hopefully, well, we'll see. If something comes up tomorrow, we'll have something, or we'll talk further about this. There's going to be more. There's going to be more rumors. Again, right? Props to my guy Hector Gomez. He takes a lot of crap. He keeps coming back. When it's especially Dominican players, he's got the contacts. He was first yesterday about saying the Dodgers were in the lead. He had the contract wrong. And he didn't even say wrong. He just said the Dodgers are willing to go more than 3. But they probably said, hey, it's 3 years at 48 or 1 at 23. And Teoscar and his agent, Mr. Rafael Neves, did a little calculation and said, let's bet on yourself, dude. And he did. So I'm really, really cool for that. Yeah, Lenny gave up like 80 plus last year. It feels like we haven't seen Dan in here today, but it's what it feels like. It feels like it's just still happening. Never-ending supply of home runs. I'm just making sure there's nothing on Twitter real quick. It's always fun to see during a Dolphin game. Juan Toribio. Juan's the best because he's such a Dolphin fan. I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull up on Juan here. I like Juan. Juan's been of like the guys in the media. I think I've said it before. Truly a nice guy. Been very good to me. Here's Juan. Tua and the Dolphins ruined my night, and I had to tweet through it. But that didn't stop the Dodgers from getting even better by adding former All-Star Teoscar Hernandez on a 1-year deal. So, Juan's great, man. He had he had a tweet. It was just funny. It's just what did he say? Hold on. Let's see. He said before their Dolphin game, at what time will I fire off my first Tua tweet? So him and Tua are not big. He's not a big fan. I don't follow. I used to be a hardcore Dolphin fan when they had Larry Zonka and guys like that. So Paul Warfield and all that. Good question. We'll end it on this one. If the Dodgers choose Teo over Hader, I don't know how you let go elite consistent talent for an expensive 1-year deal. I think they really needed that big bat. I actually think that's the biggest need that was there. But I would have been happy with either one. I still think we had a shot at both. So, yeah, who knows? The interest in Hader may be just, yeah, he was projected 14, 16 million, but that was going to be per year, like over 3 to 4 years or 3 to 5 years. It's just the Dodgers doing business differently. And if other teams started copying them, they would be doing better also. So, what a night. Again, Andrew Friedman strikes. And, hey, Brandon Gomes got to be doing something good here. Let's be honest. Friedman gets all the credit. He is the face. A lot of us still barely even remember what Gomes looks like. But he's obviously a young and up-and-comer. Pitched for the Rays, major league pitcher. So there's really good. He's going to be a good one. And he's somebody, obviously, that Friedman trusts. The problem is he might get picked up by someone else and given a higher job. Let's hope not. Let's hope we can hold on to some of those good front office guys. Alex Anthopoulos was 2 years in L.A., goes to Atlanta, and has been really killing it over there. So there we go. Andrew Friedman, bring in former All-Star, right-handed masher, Teoscar Hernandez. Been a big night for us podcasters and all that. Thank you, Andrew Friedman, for that. We appreciate it. I hope I get to see him in spring training and say something to him. I met him last year, and he's a real nice guy, actually. All the Dodgers people are very friendly, and so Friedman is definitely a real nice guy. And so, thank you, Andrew Friedman. You're killing it this year. You are killing it. Dodgers keep getting better. It's not your money. It's definitely not my money. So let's keep going. Thanks, everybody, again. We'll be at you either, 9. It'll be 9 o'clock sometime. Either Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday. Also, hopefully we're hooking up with Clint to go on his show or he go on mine. Same with Casey. Even with Doug, maybe. Lots of stuff going on. We're going on each other's shows. I think hopefully y'all like that when we go on each other's shows. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in comments later. How do you like it when we go on other people's shows, or if they come on mine and stuff like that? I got technical issues I'm trying to figure out to get people on better. Appreciate y'all. That's it for now. Thank you again, as always. God bless. Go Dodgers.